Here's something most men don't realize. A hug can tell a woman everything about you. Your confidence, your emotional maturity, even your attraction. You can say all the right words, dress the part, play the role, but the moment you hug her, she feels the truth. Because touch doesn't lie, it's raw communication stripped of pretense. And when done right, a single hug can ignite something in her that words never could. Most men hug without intention. They rush it or they make it too cautious, too stiff, too uncertain. What they don't realize is that women are biologically wired to pick up micro signals of confidence and emotional safety through physical closeness. She doesn't just feel your arms, she feels your energy, your breathing, your calm, or your chaos, and in that split second, her body decides if you're someone she can trust or someone she needs to guard against. Let me tell you something powerful. Attraction isn't about physical perfection. It's about emotional presence. When you hug a woman, she isn't noticing your muscles or your scent first. She's noticing whether your energy grounds her or disrupts her. If your hug feels rushed, needy, or hesitant, she senses anxiety. But when your hug feels composed, confident, and relaxed, she feels safe. And safety, not flashiness, is what awakens desire. Because here's the truth, safety and attraction are not opposites. They're partners. A woman only allows herself to want what she feels safe with. That's why some men, without even trying, leave an unforgettable impression. Not because they said something clever, but because the way they touched her spoke volumes. Your goal isn't to make her feel anything. It's to become the kind of man whose energy naturally evokes emotion. When she's in your arms, your calmness should tell her that she's allowed to let go, even for a moment. That's when the emotional chemistry deepens. So, before you think of a hug as a casual greeting, understand this. A hug is communication. It's a test, an exchange, and an imprint, all at once. It's how she subconsciously measures your confidence, your control, and your intention. And when you learn to do it right, you'll never have to wonder if she feels the connection because she'll show it in ways she won't even understand herself. Tell me, have you ever hugged a woman and felt something shift? Like she held on a little longer than expected? Maybe it wasn't random. Maybe she felt something you didn't even say. The secret to a powerful hug begins long before your arms ever touch her. It starts with your energy. Most men think women respond to physical closeness, but what truly affects her is emotional congruence. If your words say one thing, but your energy feels unsure, she'll sense it instantly. A woman's intuition is sharper than most men realize. She can feel hesitation, tension, insecurity in the way you approach, the way you breathe, even in the way you make eye contact before the hug. So when you hug her, do it from a place of calm confidence, not from a place of desire or nervousness. Don't overthink it. Don't try to make it mean something. You're not performing, you're connecting. Your body language should say, I'm grounded, I'm comfortable, I'm here. When your presence radiates that quiet assurance, she relaxes. And that's when her attraction begins to surface. Because attraction isn't triggered by force. It's awakened by emotional safety combined with masculine stability. When you open your arms, do it slowly, naturally, not as if you're grabbing, but as if you're inviting. Let her come into your space willingly. That subtle shift from taking to inviting changes everything because women aren't drawn to pressure. They're drawn to polarity, the energy of a man who can lead without dominating, who can be gentle without being weak. And when she steps in, don't immediately squeeze her. Take a brief pause. Feel her presence first. Let the tension settle before the contact deepens. That short pause communicates control, patience, and awareness, all subconscious signals of confidence. Then when you do hold her, do it with firm but relaxed energy. Not too loose, not too tight. A secure man doesn't cling. He embraces what she feels in that instant isn't just your body. It's your emotional state. If your breathing is steady and your posture strong but relaxed, she feels grounded. Her nervous system mirrors yours. That's when her body begins to associate peace with you. And that's powerful because when a woman connects you with calm, grounded energy, she doesn't just want to be around you. She craves it. It's not about seduction, it's about resonance. A man who can hold space even for a few seconds without needing to prove himself creates a memory that lingers far beyond the hug. That's what makes her think of you later without knowing why. It's not magic, it's presence. And presence is something very few men ever master. When you hug a woman, the most powerful thing you can do isn't physical. It's emotional stillness. The reason most men fail to leave a lasting impression is because they rush the moment. They hug like they're checking a box. They don't understand that a woman can feel the entire state of your nervous system the instant your bodies connect. If you're anxious, she feels it. If you're trying to impress her, she feels that too. But if you're calm, centered, and quietly confident, her entire body relaxes without her even realizing why. That's because touch, especially in a hug, triggers the release of oxytocin, the bonding hormone. It's nature's way of creating connection. But here's what few people know. Oxytocin only works positively when safety and authenticity are present. If she feels any tension or hidden motive behind your hug, her body resists it. But if your hug feels grounded, like you're not asking for anything, not seeking validation, her guard drops instantly. In that moment, she feels both peace and curiosity. So how do you create that stillness? Simple, breathe. As you hug her, take a slow, natural breath. Don't rush it. Let your breathing set the rhythm. When you exhale slowly, you subconsciously invite her to match your pace. Her heartbeat begins to sync with yours. Her breathing softens and she feels held, not trapped. That's the difference between a hug she forgets and a hug she replays in her mind days later. But there's another layer to this. The placement of your hands matters more than you think. Keep one hand lightly on her upper back, firm enough to ground her, gentle enough to comfort. The other should rest around her mid-back, never wandering, never uncertain. That balance between strength and restraint creates trust. It tells her that you know your power and you choose to use it with respect. That's what makes her feel safe and intrigued. When you pull away, don't rush to break eye contact. Look at her for a moment, not with hunger, but with quiet warmth. That's what leaves the echo, because that lingering second of eye contact says, I'm not desperate for you, but I see you. That's what draws her in again and again. A hug like that doesn't need words. It speaks a language older than logic, the language of masculine composure. And when you master that, she won't just remember how your arms felt. She'll remember how she felt in them. There's something almost primal about the way a woman reacts to a man's energy during a hug. She might not be consciously thinking about it, but her body knows. The subtle cues, the steadiness of your breathing, the pressure of your hold, the stillness in your movements, they tell her more about who you are than an entire conversation ever could. And when that energy is right, she feels a shift deep inside her that she can't explain. Here's what most men get wrong. They treat the hug like a transaction. They hug her because they want her to feel something for them. But real connection happens when you hug her because you already feel something within yourself. A woman can sense when a man is whole, when his calm doesn't come from her reaction, but from his own self-control. That's the kind of presence that makes her lean in without realizing it. When you hug her, your goal isn't to take anything, it's to share your grounded energy. You're not trying to convince her that you're strong or confident, you're simply showing it by the way you exist in that moment. And that quiet confidence, that absence of need, is what makes her attraction grow. Now, here's the psychological twist most people overlook. When you hold her with calm strength, her nervous system automatically starts to sync with yours. Her body relaxes, her mind softens, and for a brief moment, her defenses drop. That's not manipulation, that's emotional resonance. It's how two humans align energy, and the more she associates you with that feeling of peace, the more she'll crave your presence. After the hug, don't rush to fill the silence. Don't joke. Don't talk too quickly. Let the quiet linger for a few seconds. That's the space where her emotions catch up to what just happened When you step back slowly with eye contact that's calm but steady, she feels both grounded and challenged. Because now she's thinking, why did that feel different? Why do I want more of that? This is where most men lose the moment. They talk themselves out of the mystery. But your power is in the pause. The pause makes her reflect, analyze, feel. It's what keeps her energy hooked long after you've let go. A well-timed, calm, confident hug leaves her with one powerful impression that being close to you feels like balance. And once she associates you with balance, with peace, with security that doesn't smother, she won't want to let go. Because every woman wants one thing deep down, a man who feels like home. Here's what happens after. And this is where the real magic lies. When you pull away from that hug, the way you exit the moment matters just as much as how you entered it. Most men make the mistake of overcompensating. They either linger too long, trying to hold on to the moment, or they pull away too fast, afraid of seeming too invested. Both are energy leaks. The secret is balance. A slow, deliberate release that tells her you're in control, but also fully present. As you let go, your body language should speak what your mouth doesn't. Straight posture, soft eyes, a small knowing smile, not the smile of a man trying to charm, but of a man who knows his worth. This creates emotional contrast. The hug grounded her. The space afterward makes her curious, and curiosity is attraction's oxygen. When she steps back, don't immediately fill the gap with words. Let her feel the energy still hanging in the air. She'll start to replay the moment in her head. Why did that feel so good? Why did I suddenly feel safe? Why did my heart rate change? She won't have logical answers. And that's exactly what creates the pull. Attraction isn't built on logic. It's built on emotional imprints that feel unexplainable. You want to become that unexplainable feeling. Now, here's the deeper layer most men never realize. The energy you carry before, during, and after that hug determines whether she sees you as a man she enjoys or a man she can't forget. If your mind is scattered, needy, or overly focused on her response, she feels that. But if your mind is centered, if your focus is simply on connection, on being in the moment, on sharing calm confidence, her body reads that too, and that's what sticks with her. It's not the hug itself that makes her want you more. It's the emotional aftertaste you leave behind. The quiet tension, the sense of control, the authenticity. It's what she feels when you're no longer there. You're no longer chasing her attention. You've already created a memory she can't shake. So the next time you hug her, don't think of it as an action. Think of it as an imprint, a signature, something that speaks directly to her nervous system, bypassing words entirely. If she walks away feeling more feminine, more safe, more alive, she'll crave that feeling again. And she'll start to wonder when she'll get to feel you again. Before we close this, I want you to reflect on one thing. When you hug someone, do you do it to be liked or do you do it to connect? Comment your honest answer below, and if this opened your eyes, don't keep it to yourself. Like, subscribe, and share this video with a friend who needs to understand the power of real presence. Because sometimes the smallest gestures hold the biggest truths. Most men think physical attraction starts with looks or words, but what truly captivates a woman is the emotional imprint you leave on her body. When you hug her the right way, when you master stillness, confidence, and energy, you awaken something primal in her nervous system. She doesn't consciously decide to want you, her body remembers you. That's what makes her text first. That's what makes her think of you late at night. That's what makes her start to see you differently, even if she didn't at first. But here's the truth. Few men are ready to hear. Most women are starved for a man who knows how to hold space. They're constantly surrounded by men who either objectify them or idolize them. One treats her like a prize to win, the other like a goddess to worship, but the man who stands in front of her, equal, calm, grounded, unattached, he's the one she can't forget because he doesn't need her validation to feel powerful. He is power embodied quietly. Then when you hug her, don't do it to test if she likes you. Don't do it to measure her response. Do it because you want to feel her humanity. Do it because you understand that connection, not control, is the highest form of masculine energy. That's what makes a woman open up emotionally and physically, the sense that she's safe to be herself. And when a woman feels safe, she becomes curious. And curiosity, my friend, is the first spark of desire. Think of the way your energy shifts when you stop trying to make her want you and start focusing on becoming someone who naturally draws her in. Women can feel when your attention is desperate, but they also feel when it's intentional. They can feel when your heart is steady, when your breathing is calm, when your body language says, I'm here, but I don't need to be chosen. That's the kind of presence that flips her emotional script. She starts chasing the validation you once gave so freely. So the next time you hug her, remember the goal isn't to make her melt in your arms. The goal is to leave her wondering why it felt so different. Why she can't stop thinking about the warmth of that moment, why she suddenly feels the urge to reach for you. Now, I want to ask you something. When was the last time a woman truly felt your presence, not your performance? Think about that and drop your honest answer in the comments. If this message spoke to you, hit the like button, subscribe, and share this video with a brother who needs to hear it. Because real strength isn't in chasing women, it's in mastering the kind of energy that makes them want to come closer.